Hi guys, it's Jala here, and today we are going to be using a random art generator to create our very own characters. Be sure to stay tuned till the end because one of the characters I create are seriously one of my top favorite drawings as of right now. But before we get started, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell to receive notifications, and tell your friends about my channel to help make it the biggest and best it can be. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. So this website is called artprompts.org. It's a very cute setup and you can choose between a prompt for a character, creature, or object. Today we are going to be clicking on the character button and I'll take you through a few examples. Here's one, an unkept king, and which is a really cool prompt, but let's say you want to refresh it, you can, and it'll give you a new one, like this. An elf wizard with a beard. Also very cool. Now this will be the real one, so let's see what we get. She sat wrapped in a sweater, a cup of cocoa in her hand. Ooh, I really like that. I feel like it can give a lot of autumnal vibes, so let's keep that. And next one, we have a hero holds the fate of the world in his hands. Okay, I seriously love that. So we're going to be doing both of these prompts, the girl with the cocoa and the hero. So I'll take it back to the desk where I'll have the sketches. Here are our sketches. We have the fall girl with a cup of cocoa in her hands, as well as the hero saving the world. So I have the sketches here. We're going to go ahead and line it together and color it, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about their story as we go on. So let's get to it. Starting with the girl, I am giving her this cute hairstyle with these bangs and these ponytail braid kind of things. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of that fairy from Tinkerbell. I think she's like an animal fairy because she has this braided ponytail going on, except this is two ponytails. But anyways, this is the story I had in mind for this girl. I'm imagining that maybe it's like a cold, windy day outside and she's in a coffee shop, bundled in like a thick sweater, and she just minding her own business, sipping a cup of coffee and enjoying life. I love that. I think it's one of the best things you can do, and it really gives a person just the time to sit and relax and enjoy themselves. I did debate on whether I wanted to give her like a sweater as a top and some pants, but then I decided to make it a sweater dress because I feel like I haven't drawn a sweater dress in a hot minute. And now moving on to our hero, I drew him and his hands are positioned around this gem. And what I was thinking is that there is a bunch of these gems that he needs to collect in order to save the world from whatever's going on. Maybe it's like this bad guy trying to take over, or this organization, and this is like the last one that he needed. So his face is like scared because he doesn't want to mess it up, but also determined because he knows he has to do this. It's his destiny, it's his job to save the world, which honestly, that's a big job for someone to have, to be responsible for saving the world. But yeah, here's our hero. I made him dressed in like a bunch of armor and this kind of a suit. I wasn't really basing it off of anything, but I just wanted to make it look cool and really detailed. It is a lot more detailed than the girl, but I feel like that's what makes it cool. They're very different designs and aesthetics, and I like that. It makes it unique. And I also gave him a cape, which I'm not sure, thinking back about it, how practical a cape would be, because I can imagine that it'll get snatched and things, and maybe it might slow him down, but I think it was cool for his design, so I just decided to include it. Why not? His pose is also much more fluid than the girl's. The girl's more like standing up and just sipping her coffee while he's literally jumping in the air, but I feel like it gives some action for the moment. And now we are moving back to the girl in order to color her. I gave her a sweater dress, this nice yellowy kind of cream. I think it was I had pictured it to be more cream and it came out a little more yellow than I wanted, but it's okay. I mean, I don't mind it. I still think it fits with the color scheme. You'll see that I'm switching back and forth between the brush tip and the chisel tip, and that's because when I have to fill up large spaces in a drawing, I like to switch between them because I don't want to mess up the brush tip, and the chisel tip can allow you to put more color in a bigger space faster. I'm also shading. I feel like this color was a little bit difficult to find another color to match and shade to, so I went with a little bit more of a brownish color. I think it worked out okay though. And you know what, you guys? Leave me in the comments below suggestions for what you think these characters' names should be. Because one thing I love about drawing characters is that stories seem to follow after you draw someone very naturally. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I'm jumbling up my words. What I'm trying to say is that when you draw a character and you have a picture of this character, it's almost very easy to imagine their story and come up with a name and their past and what they want to do and all that stuff. It's one of the reasons why I love drawing, because there's this natural storytelling element that comes with it. So leave me suggestions what you think her name should be, and if you think there's any more that I should add to her story. I'm also giving her these cute brown boots because I also haven't drawn boots in forever. You'll notice that whenever I draw stuff, it's just because I'm really in the mood to draw something and I haven't drawn that specific thing in a while. Same thing with the hero, honestly, though. I haven't drawn a superhero or just any hero in a while. And now I'm going to move on to her freckles, that's right. I'm doing this little tactic where I add a couple dots and then I use my finger to smudge it around just to make it more natural. And I like the effect it gave. I think it really worked out nicely. Now I'm doing her cup, and I made it gray just so that it didn't clash with any colors. And here it is. Here's the first girl. Now let's move on to our hero. You'll notice I'm giving him black hair, which if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that really scares me because black hair is just the hardest hair color for me to draw. I do not know why. It just makes it difficult because I feel like it's so dark and you can't see the line art underneath, so it's kind of tricky to see where the hair overlaps itself. The way I went around with that though is I left some white spaces and then I went in with that white with a dark brown. I'm not sure if it shows up too well on camera, but I think in person it turned out okay. And here my camera cut out. Sorry about that, guys, but I promise you didn't miss too much. But anyways, where was I? Right, with the hair. So yeah, I made the hair work, but I definitely see myself needing more practice with black hair. I just really want to get to a point where I'm not scared to draw black hair anymore, and it's like any other hair color for me. That's the point I want to get at. But yeah, and I decided that I wanted to give this gem a really cool effect. I wanted to make it like almost glowing. And I've never done something like this before, so it was my first time and I was kind of just going with the flow. The way I did it was like I made the gem almost an ombre. It starts lighter in the middle and then gets darker, and then around it is more of this like light blue glow, and I'm going to try to blend that in with wherever it touches, whether it's like the lights reflecting on his hands or his armor. It was a difficult process, but I am so happy with the results. This is what I was talking about when I was saying that this is one of my favorite drawings in a while, because I seriously love the way this hero looks. And that doesn't mean I love my autumn girl sipping the cocoa any less. I just think that I really like the uniqueness of this drawing. I just think the hero looks really cool. Let me know what you guys think. Also, whatever name you guys think he should have. I think something super, but also maybe something funny. I don't know, you guys let me know down below. But here I am. It did require a lot of going back and forth with blues and grays and dark shades and light shades, but I think the end result turned out really nicely. Now I'm just going back in and I'm finishing up with some of his armor. I think I even go in, there's like this one stripe that goes down the middle of his chest, and I wasn't sure what color I wanted to do it. I was debating between like a gray or a red or a yellow. I ended up going with yellow. I hope it turned out okay, or like that was the right choice. I think it was. I'm happy with it either way. And yeah, just some finishing touches, and there you guys go. There's his finished product. And here it is. Here is the end result. I am so happy. Let me know down below, guys. Which one do you prefer? The girl or the boy? Thanks, everyone. Bye!